and welcome. You are listening to A Mom's Guide to Wine, a guided wine tasting with candid reflections on motherhood. Here we spill the tea, but never the wine. And we are your hosts, Eliza James
and Rosie Gold.
And we're so glad you joined us for today's tasting adventure.
Full disclosure, for those with little ears around, 90% of our topics and language will be more on the R rating scale. Also, we are not professionals nor experts. We are simply sharing our experiences and including some Google searches for support. We are amateur wine enthusiasts and professional moms. That is our skill set.
But first, the wine. Today's wine.
Of course, the wine.
Today's wine, I guess we're kind of like on a berry kick because we did the elderberry last episode, and this episode we're going to do a cranberry wine. It's from Caramello. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. Because
that's what it looks like.
It's what it looks like. It's either Cara Mayo. If you could put like a Spanish accent on it, Cara Mayo.
Maybe.
Or it's Caramella.
I'm so scared to shift it.
Caramella.
We are recording remotely.
We're doing another remote recording, so this is kind of fun. We've been trying to figure out how to pick the wines and make this happen, and so it runs as smoothly as possible. But, we do our best. Oh, that scared me.
Well, I had mine chilling in the refrigerator, but then I put it in a bucket like you do with ice, but then I didn't have ice in my ice maker. My husband, thanks to that, but we had a bunch of ice packs, so like for lunch kits, and I just put them around it in the bowl.
No judgment.
Probably has like no contact to it, but it's all right.
No judgment, because I've totally done that before, because you want it to be cold, and that sometimes is the best option you got. My ice just fell and scared the bejesus out of me. I thought a monster was coming to get me, and so I just died a little. So
I was so careful to pick the one that was on top of it up so I could pull it out nice and neatly so they didn't shuffle, because I didn't want to be startled. I don't like loud noises either.
Yeah, right? So, but we tag teamed this wine, and we found this at Total Wine, because we both have Total Wines near us, and I got mine for $10. I think you got yours for the same price.
And it says decadently sweet, so I was pretty excited.
I know, right? It should be I think it's going to be sweeter than the elderberry was. I don't know, I keep thinking of Thanksgiving with this cranberry wine. I don't know.
I'm not always my favorite of having super tart things, and cranberry always makes me think of when you drink cranberry juice for UTIs. So yes. I just instantly think it's going to be super tart, and so hopefully it's not uber tart.
Well, on the back of the label, it says this decadently sweet wine is made with red wine.
Drink for UTIs?
No, it doesn't say that. It does not say that. It says
it'd be hilarious, though.
Bursting with flavor of juicy cranberries. Pair with harvest salad, brie, tangerines, or charcuterie. Well, that's just cheese and meat. So, anyway.
Well, I put some cheese. I didn't put any meat on my plate. I put a couple of chocolates.
Oh, you were with chocolate.
And I got some blackberries and a little bit of grapefruit. It sounds and looks better than I could have ever thought what was in my fridge, because I did not prepare for this. It's just random things I had in the fridge.
I actually went to the store because I had to get something.
Look at you.
I didn't have anything. So I picked up a Italian coated mozzarella and an onion cheddar.
Ooh.
Because again, I was thinking Thanksgiving, and anyways.
Man, I don't know what you call it with the plain cheeses. I don't know if you want to call it vanilla, but I got a kind of a vanilla spread. It's a Baby Bell cheese well, and some sharp cheddar and Colby Jack and Asiago cheese. That one's a little fancy,
That's a little
right?
fancy.
And then, the chocolates have caramel inside.
There you go.
So fancy.
That's fancy. I don't have any chocolates. My youngest brought me a Nerd gummy. That's as much candy as I can stomach today. So, But yeah, so I tried looking this wine up online. It doesn't exist. So I think there's some backdoor dealers from somewhere. uh, but Total Wine has it listed on the website as decadently sweet wine, bursting with delicious flavors of cranberries and summer salads, and should pair with cheeses and desserts. They say you can enjoy it straight over ice or you mix it into a cocktail. So it's like cranberry juice
Okay.
from the sound of it. You know.
Yeah. But it already has alcohol in it.
It's 7.5, so it's pretty low in the grand scheme of things.
Well, what's great is I don't have to use
your wine opener.
A wine opener.
I know. Ready?
For
we'll twist
a second, I forgot what it was called.
Hopefully we can open them.
Mine cracked.
Yeah? Mine opened really easy.
Oh, I smelled fruit as soon as it cracked in my lap.
It smells a little bit like cranberry, but not as much as I thought it would.
Oh, I have to show you what glass I'm using. So, because we're not in the same room. I have my awesome Be Our Guest cup from Disney World.
Of course.
I was going through things and found it today, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to use that.
I'm using my Messina Hoff glass because, that's what I 90% have. If anybody ever wants to get me glasses, I'd take it. This one's from the Wine and Rose Festival, though.
For those of you who may not know, I had a wedding that had a nod to Disney of Beauty and the Beast. And so I was obsessed with going to Disney World's Be Our Guest restaurant. And so I had to bring back things, of course, from the restaurant. And you got these little plastic cups with castles and filigree.
It's an adorable goblet.
Well, let's talk about the wine.
Okay, back to the wine. All right, so it smells like cranberries.
It smells of cranberry, absolutely.
It's not overpowering.
It is very sweet.
It's much sweeter.
It really does taste like cranberry juice.
Yeah, it's much sweeter than I was anticipating. I expected more of a bite because it's a wine.
Right. The finish is really nice. I like the finish. It's almost like a creamy finish.
Mm-hmm. It is very light. Like, this is definitely something you can enjoy in this hot summer days we got going on in Texas.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it. My video feed probably looks all dark and gloomy because I'm trying to keep the lights off to keep it cooler in here.
I left my fan on in my office because I can't. It's too hot. We have our AC down and it is still so hot in this back office. So I was like, nope, I'm going to leave the fan on and hope that it's
This
quiet.
is my sewing room. It's the same way. It's tiny and it has a window in it, so that's where all the heat comes from.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I kind of like this wine, though. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I will tell you it's growing on me. I think the finish is really the best part of it.
I wonder what...
It would keep me drinking.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of, cocktail spritzers you can make with this. Are you just putting alcohol in alcohol? You know what I mean?
Well, isn't it common to put, hard ones like Crown Royal with, cranberry juice? Isn't that, a common... But I feel like you're just adding the alcohol content.
You're asking somebody who doesn't drink like that.
Yeah, I don't either. I just thought I heard that one day. So if I'm wrong, I am sorry.
I put vodka in Kool-Aid before, but I'm not sure I put Crown Royal in my cranberry juice.
Never heard of that one.
It's pretty good.
Talk about the oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby.
I didn't Speaking about people who can
I'm too busy talking and laughing. I gotta eat my cheese.
Oh, I forgot it was there too.
About my cheese.
It was off to my side.
Ooh, this mozzarella is good.
I think the fruit would be awesome with it.
Fruit probably would be good. It said good with tangerines, and I'm trying to imagine eating a tangerine with cranberries.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever eaten a tangerine.
It's an orange. A little orange. Little one.
I'm not much for oranges. I honestly don't eat grapefruits. But it was in my fridge, and so I'm like, I'll lick it at least.
Nah. She'll lick it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she will. I tell you what, this onion cheddar, or onion jack, I mean, this is really good with the cranberry. I bought it to go on sandwiches, but this is fine too.
The blackberry was really good with it.
I almost got some
Now I'm just
blueberry cheese.
Now we're just gonna sit here and eat.
Forget the episode. We're gonna eat cheese and drink wine.
I think we brought too many options. That's the problem.
Maybe. Episode be damned. We're gonna drink. No. No, we're not. So.
This is an important one.
I gotta rinse all the food out of my mouth. I shoved too much in. That's what she said.
I ate one of those. I ate one of those chocolates, and it definitely was a lot more than I was anticipating.
Yeah, right. Then you gotta like talk around it in your mouth. You're like, oops. That's why they don't eat on TV shows. So you gotta talk around your food. We're so rude.
Fake it till you make it.
There you go. So today, season 3, episode 7, we are talking about bullies.
Those are awful. I grew up with bullies.
I did too. I experienced most of mine in junior high and high school, but still, it happens, right? If you've never experienced a bully, it's probably because you were one. I think of that. It's probably because you were. So, think about it.
Well, mild bullies exist, you know. They don't have to be full-fledged bullies that you think of when you're watching those cartoons on Saturday morning when you were a kid.
Yeah, they're not taking your money.
There's mild ones.
Yeah. Maybe they just call you names and trip you in the hall or something, but still.
And there's some adults that are bullies.
Yeah. It's not just children. It's adults, unfortunately.
Sometimes they just don't grow out of it.
Work bullies can be the absolute worst because you still have to work with them and are expected to be professional even when you know that they're not. And I struggle with that one the worst.
Absolutely.
Because
Oh, do we have to do that team project this week?
I'm just getting to a stage in life where I really just like telling people, I really just don't give a fuck what you care, you know, and I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and you do you, boo.
I definitely have reached that point,
and that's
for sure.
I'm really struggling with that, like, whew. So, you know, it's a thing, it happens. So I thought we'd go ahead and define what a bully is. I think that's important. In case you don't know, a bully is a person who habitually seeks to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. So somebody weaker than them or perceived to be weaker than them. They could be bigger than them, but they could still use words and actions to, you know, play on their emotions and their feelings.
And it really can be any kind of attribute. It could be intellectually. They feel like they're better than you intellectually, better at a sport, a very specific sport even. Like maybe they're like, I'm all about baseball and I'm better at it than you.
Yep.
So I'm just going to make fun of every pitch you do.
Yep. My daughter had a boy in her class this last year, you know, because school's out now for the summer. And she had a boy in her class who was always telling her he was obviously better than her just because he's a boy. And she struggled with that, like, all year. She's like, he just won't leave me alone. Like, every time I do something, he's always got to be better than me. And he's like, well, it's because I'm a boy. And she was like, what does that have to do with
really
anything?
Sad, and it sounds like he needs validation somewhere else, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So she struggled a lot. There's also, you know, the newest form of bullying is cyberbullying. It's the use of electronic communication to intimidate or threaten by nature, and it's usually by sending messages.
I don't know your feelings on it, but I feel like that's one of the probably the worst because they don't get any real immediate feedback when they accomplish whatever message they send.